We are not about to blame a black woman, ergo Supreme Court Justice Kentanji Brown Jackson, for the shenanigans that is happening with SNAP. And so I'm going to run us through American law really quickly so that we can be one band, one sound, because immediately, no. When this case first started, it originated in Rhode Island. There are 3 court levels in American law. It starts off, every federal case is at the district level, then it goes to the Circuit Court of Appeals, then it gets to the Supreme Court. There are 94 district court levels. There are 13 Circuit Court of Appeal levels, and then there is 1 Supreme Court. All of this matters. The district judge in Rhode Island said, I completely agree. You all need to run the American people their money like yesterday. And then it went to the First Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, those Circuit Court of Appeals are split up by American regions with corresponding states, as well as corresponding or coinciding Supreme Court justices. The First Circuit Court of Appeals region falls under Kentanji Brown Jackson. She was going to get this case or this application for an emergency Supreme Court hearing regardless. So let's just start there. We also have to bring up the fact that this is not an official appeal. This was an application because there are technically 2 appeal processes within the Circuit Court of Appeals. Now, I know that's a lot of appeal language, but I need y'all to really just break it down, internalize it, and listen to what I'm saying. The application does not count as an appeal on the Circuit Court of Appeals level. Does that make sense? I hope y'all are following that. So, she read over what happened. She basically wrote back her response, but she put very key language in there. She said, I need y'all basically to decide this with dispatch. That is court language in American government, or I should say, at least with American law as I've ever come to understand it, saying y'all need to get this figured out like yesterday. Now, with it going back to the Circuit Court level, they're still reviewing the case. If they find any new information, maybe that Thunder Thighs for Ankles wants to share, it can now go back to the Supreme Court. But if it goes back to them, she now has to get the rest of the Supreme Court involved, because now they have to officially decide, are we going to take this as a case? She is doing her job as well as signaling to the best of her ability that she's trying to expedite this because enough people are suffering. But the way the reporting is shown, it is making it seem almost like a subtle leaning of like, well, it went to her and she stopped it. It was going to go to her regardless. It's her district. And if anyone just needs like a further breakdown, I also have a chart that I'm just going to show at the end of this video. Definitely screenshot it so that you can understand like basically how federal court cases work. Typically, the Supreme Court only do 2 to 3 cases a year. And then if there's an emergency situation, like I think food would definitely count as one, this definitely can shift their priority of what they're looking at. But let's also not act like this Supreme Court body as a whole, seeing how it is now conservatively run, has been gutting things that really do affect the American people. And it has only been justices like Kentanji Brown Jackson, like Sotomayor, who have been really signaling like, hey, we're women of color that are actually trying to save democracy. Cut the shit. This is not her fault nor problem.